Nom 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 nom.
When you're ready, mate. So I've got a fair bit to say, and some of it I think you're going to be fairly happy to hear it, but I want to quickly reflect back on what I said in the last message from me to you video. And for those who haven't seen it, it was regarding the game Soulstorm. Now here's the thing, just quickly recapping. I said in my own words how it took me by surprise that Soulstorm was fairly popular on TikTok, but on YouTube it was practically ignored. But it turns out in between making that video and uploading that video, it did get more attention. But there was an alternative motive to why I made that video, and I didn't really want to say at the time because I didn't know. And the reason why I wanted to hear your thoughts on the game is, we'll put it simply, Part 15 has been released, and for those who haven't seen Part 15 will know that I have stated in my own words how I had to look into how long the game was, and I don't like a playthrough going on longer than 20 parts. And at the end of Part 15 we were practically only halfway through the game. So let's face facts. In between Part 1 and Part 20 of any game that is the main focus is several weeks. So if people aren't enjoying it, granted there are uploads in between Soulstorm, but the point I'm getting at is, once Part 20 gets released, there still will be a lot to see from that game. And we're talking, it could be a 30-part series, maybe even a 40-part series. And since I don't like a playthrough going on longer than 20 parts, I've made the decision to have a break from that game. So with the end of the Part 15 saying that I might have to take a break, when I made the last message from me to you video, I was obviously debating it. And of course, with the way I've done things, hopefully Part 16 and Part 16 onwards has been released before this video. But of course, those of you who know me know that I record 5 episodes per recording session, so I might as well say, yes, it is a bit of a spoiler, but for those who aren't interested in the Soulstorm series, I might as well repeat myself. At the ending of Part 20, I do address this issue and I do say, right, we are going to be having a break from Soulstorm. For those who do enjoy it, you don't have to worry, I will be revisiting that game. I am trying to debate as to how I'm going to do it, because if it is far longer than I thought, I'm going to have to work something out, and I have got some ideas, but that's a topic for another day. But what I can say is, after Part 20, there's going to be another game to the channel. And you might be wondering, what game am I on about? Well, reflecting back to an even earlier message from me to you video, I did state, because of not uploading on weekends, I can put more time into content that takes longer to edit, and of course records. So, I think it was 8 months in between Season 1 and Season 2 of Telltale's The Walking Dead, and because of being able to work on Telltale's on the weekends, after Part 20 you're going to be having Season 3. So I told you wouldn't be waiting that long. But there's also something else I need to address. Obviously I'm not going to go straight back to Soulstorm after Telltale's. I'm going to be bringing something else to the channel. And of course I will be finishing Soulstorm in due time. Again, topic for another day. But reflecting back to comments I made in previous message from me to you videos prior to releasing Season 2 of Telltale's, something between the lines of, there's a growing list of games that require more time on the editing side of things and the recording, such as 7 Days to Die, such as Blasphemous, and unfortunately Five Nights at Freddy's. Granted, with Five Nights at Freddy's it tends to be just the last 2 episodes that take longer, but my point still stands. There is a list of games that require more time on the recording side and the editing sides, and simply put, I don't really have that time. So obviously I have been delaying these kind of games so I can work on Telltale's. but an individual who has been asking for 7 Days to Die for a very long time once again asked me about 7 Days to Die, and it made me realise the time frame between that comment and part 10 of 7 Days to Die, it had been 6 months. So I've decided, now that season 2 of Telltales is out the way, season 3 is literally round the corner, literally being released after part 20 of Soulstorm, Telltale season 4 is going to get delayed so I can focus on some 7 Days to Die. When is it going to get released? Well, I can't say for sure, but one thing I can say is I am working on it. I am going to be working on it. I'm going to do a longer recording, and it's going to be different, to keep it short. But when I was discussing this with this individual in the comment section, they were even asking, how is it that it takes so long? And whereas I did explain myself, if it's not going to be in the next message from me to you video, it's going to be in the video after that. What I might actually do is I might actually record myself editing a small clip to show how only a few seconds in a video can take several minutes to edit. Just to prove that when I say it is taking a long time, I'm not making any excuses. But there is also something else I wanted to point out, something a bit more important. And that is, the best way I can put it is, way back when I used to upload every single day. And of course it was too much for me, trying to make content that requires more time as well as maintaining daily uploads. It just wasn't doable, hence why I don't upload on weekends anymore, with the exception of these videos. But as time has passed, and of course learning that there are more and more games that require more time, it's a good job that I don't upload on weekends. But I have noticed that the videos that take longer to edit are more popular. So some people could argue, why not focus on them more? The problem is, if I did that, there would be more days without uploads, and I would rather have consistent uploads. Way back when it used to be minimum of 7 videos uploaded a week. Now unfortunately the minimum has gone down to 5, but the point is, the reason why I chose to do the channel this way is, with being the viewer for so many years, I'm just going to say how it is. One thing that would really bother me is I stumble across a YouTuber, I like their content, I binge watch all their stuff, sometimes watch the same playlist multiple times, and then of course I grow bored of what they've got and I'm patiently waiting for them to release more content. So I might go on Netflix or whatever and call it 2 weeks. Let's just say 2 weeks have passed, I go back on their channel and they haven't uploaded anything. It would bother me. I wouldn't say anything about it because I've got no right to. But it is still one of them, it would bother me. So the best way I can put it is maintaining consistent uploads, focus on videos that take only a day to make so I can maintain minimum of 5 videos a week. That means if you do stop watching content on this channel, call it a week, you can guarantee when you come back there will be 5 videos new to the channel that you haven't seen. And that is why I like to maintain focusing on the content that is quicker to make. Yes, it still takes several hours to make them, but it's doable to make 1 video a day and upload 1 video a day. Regarding Telltale, 7 Days to Die or any other game that takes longer to edit, I obviously have to work on that when I've got the time. And simply put, I'm only one guy. I don't know how many videos are on this channel, but I know it's around about 700s. I don't get a penny for any of these videos, and yes, I may have stated this in the past, but I do feel the need to bring it up again. This is a hobby. I've got to do it in a way that I enjoy it, and yes, I do enjoy making this content. I do enjoy sharing it with yous, but the fact is, if it takes several weeks to get through a game, it probably bothers me more than anyone else. The fact is, we're coming close to the 2-year mark, and I think it's about maybe 45 different games on the channel, not including the compilation playlists. I do think that there's roughly about 45. Now that's a decent selection, but I want more. but the thing is, I can't do more because I'm doing the best I can. So if a game gets delayed, if a game takes several weeks to get released, the long and short of it is this: I am only one guy doing my best, and I don't even get paid for this. So when I ask for a bit of patience, I really do appreciate it. And for those who have been very patiently waiting for Telltales, now that you've had Season 2, Season 3 is literally around the corner. But regarding 7 Days to Die, as I stated, 6 months in between that comment and of course Part 10, I am going to be working on more of that. I'm going to be delaying Season 4 of Telltales to get some 7 Days to Die out. And yeah, I don't know how I'm going to order things for the next couple of weeks, but the best way I can put it is Season 3 is coming out, going to be working on 7 Days to Die, and we'll see what happens from there. But either ways, I'm going to wrap up this video because I've been chatting long enough. Hopefully you enjoyed this video, and if you have, don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.
Like and subscribe.